How you doing? It's Captain Jack, and this is the premiere show of You Don't Know Jack About Sports. It's a bummer. I'm just going to have to figure it out that on YouTube Live, I'm going to have to make sure that my promo sign is backwards so you can actually see it. You learn things, and I'm learning as I go. Thanks for coming aboard, and welcome to the show. I'm just here having a good time. It's a Sunday night. It's a sports night. It's a way to wrap up the week. And if you're not here, gosh darn it, why aren't you? Because we'll be talking sports. Hopefully get some people to participate. We'll have some folks that are on here. And if they join me, by the way, I mean, I can sit here and I can talk for a while about sports, but it's always more enjoyable when I have folks in the audience joining me. So if you're here, be sure to comment over there in the chat. Know that you're here saying, hey, how you doing? Let me know who's here. I'm going to start off the show with what I'm going to be calling the bluff. We're going to start each show with the bluff. No, the bluff is not something you do in poker, although you can do that in poker. But the bluff stands for the bottom line up front. It's a military thing, and that's something that I'm used to. So the bluff here is what we got going on today. And the bluff for our premiere show is got to be, whoop, let me turn this down a little bit. Yes, I'm watching football. Because just because the NFL isn't on doesn't mean that we can't be watching football. Right now, the Atlanta, God, let me see what the hell their name is. Good league. The Atlanta Legends are losing to the San Diego Fleet. You know, it's weird to kind of root for a San Diego team, you know, being an Oakland guy. But the fact is that you know, when you've been an Oakland guy for your entire life, and you know, but it's the Fleet, you know, it's a Navy guys. It's I'm kind of drawn, you know, in that way. Actually, the Fleet, if I'm not mistaken, they nice interception. Oh, what a great pick! It was off the guy's hands. Let's see who this guy's now. Of course, I didn't get a chance to see it because they moved away too quick. But, you know, off the guy's hand, got popped. It's good to watch football all year round. You know, nice pass. Guy pops him. Defensive back pops him. Then the Fleet DB, guys, was it Michael Mitchell? And I can't see what the guy's name is. You know, obviously, there'll be more people that are, as we get to know these players a little bit more, we'll actually get a chance to know what's going on with them, and we'll get those names and numbers. It'll come second nature, man. It's football. But again, back to the bluff. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, so hopefully I'm not inundated with too much sound. Again. You don't know jack about sports, and I'm Captain Jack. I'm starting off today with the Daytona 500. Yes, you know, again, being a football, baseball, hockey guy like I am, I don't pay a lot of shrift to NASCAR because it is NASCAR. But to be honest, I'm going to have to say that the one race that I enjoy more than any other, and I get a chance to watch it. Let me rephrase that. I watch the end of it. Because, like, to me, and if you're a NASCAR guy, it really doesn't matter what happens for the 400 miles, the 500 miles, the 250. It all comes back to what goes on at the end. So to me, you don't need it. It's kind of like don't watch basketball until June because the rest of the games before then, it doesn't really matter until the playoffs. Similar in hockey, but I'm a hockey guy, so I will watch hockey. But to me, in NASCAR, in a race, okay, it really doesn't matter what goes on for the race up until the end. So at the end is when things get, exciting. And for the Daytona 500 this year, just like it has been for the last several years, there was, with 10 laps to go, there was wreck upon wreck upon wreck. I think that with 191 on lap 191, there was a 19-car pileup. Wow. I mean, that was like what? 3/4 of the guys that were already there racing. I say guys because I don't know of any ladies that were in the event this year. But, 19 cars and at lap 191. So it was exciting. I mean, I'd never seen a lap. I've never seen a crash quite like that. And it was amazing. It was spectacular. I mean, the good thing was that nobody got hurt. But, when you have a crash on lap 191, then they did a restart. Then I think they did like maybe 2 laps, maybe 3 after that. There was another crash. It was about a 5 or 6 car crash. So at the very end, when they did all of these restarts, you actually had to go to overtime for a green-white checker finish. And it was down to where they originally had, it was like the 2 Toyotas of the Joe Gibbs racing team, which was Hamlin and Kyle Busch, were leading each time, followed by a pack of Fords, most notably Joey Logano, who was sitting 3-4 at the time. And then it was about 3 Chevys back in the pack. But I'm watching this, and I'm watching this, and I'm watching this, and I'm amazed at the finish that was going on, because it was amazing to watch. It was amazing to watch. And again, I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I will watch the Daytona 500 because with NASCAR, they start with the Super Bowl at the very beginning. They start with their premier event, and they just go from there. Yeah, the points cups races, as you get to the finals where you have like 10 guys finally getting to be the champion. I used to call it Winston Cup racing, but Winston got out of the series because of the tobacco issues. Then it was the Busch series. I think the Busch series is still on the level below. And then they got a bunch of other things going on. But Daytona is good to watch. I'm not watching all of it. I don't have time to watch all of it. But I'm going to watch the end. So it was amazing. Denny Hamlin at the very end held off his shipmate, Kyle Busch, and just in front of Joey Logano. I want to say Logano. It's Joey Logano in the Ford. So Joe Gibbs Racing 1-2. Good. Hey, that's awesome for the coach. I'm kind of upset. Or shall we say that there was, I wanted to see Kyle Busch win because he hadn't won. So it would have been nice if Kyle Busch won, but, he hooked up his teammate. So we are leading with the Daytona 500 this year, and congratulations to Denny Hamlin. As you guys can see, I'm wearing a basketball shirt. I'm wearing a jersey. I got a lot of jerseys. You're going to see a bunch of jerseys on this show because I'm a jersey guy. Not that I'm from Jersey, but I wear a bunch of jerseys. So you'll see a big-time amount of jerseys and hats that are going on. I'm a sports guy. Mostly all Raiders you'll see, but when it comes to football, actually all football can be Raiders. But a bunch of other jerseys because I love sports, as you know. Right now, if you're not watching this, if you're not watching the AAF, which is going on to my left right over here, if you're not watching the Alliance of American Football, you're probably watching on the one, me on one side and then something on the other side. You're watching the NBA All-Star game. To be honest, I turned it on. It was Team Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, I said that correctly. we'll call him Team Greek Freak. A little bit easier to say that against Team LeBron. Automatically, I am not rooting for Team LeBron. Got it. Can't stand LeBron. If you're a Laker fan, I'm sorry. I got a lot of friends that are Laker fans. Can't stand LeBron. It's just the way it is. I don't like LeBron James. I know how much of a standout to the sport he is. I mean, he is the best player in the NBA today, followed closely in no uncertain terms or no certain order. You know, Kevin Durant has a say. You know, the beard is up there. You know, James is always going to be up there. Not James with the Rockets, you know, the beard, at the other James. But, you know, obviously Steph Curry. But, you know, but Giannis, wow, great player. And, you know, doesn't get a bunch of due that he should, you know, great player, Greek Freak. But this time of year, it's like halfway through the NBA season. And again, we're all looking as to, well, what's going on? Well, as you guys may or may not know, the Pelicans fired their GM the other day because they couldn't get a deal done. They were dangling Anthony Davis the brow. The Lakers wanted the brow. The Lakers didn't give up enough to the Pelicans. The Pelicans basically they were embarrassed by what everybody was doing. They didn't give up enough, and they didn't ship Anthony Davis. This is actually good for the Lakers in the fact that they didn't have to give up anybody. And they're going to wait a year, 2020, when Anthony Davis is a free agent and he can go with who he wants. He's going to LA. He's going to be with LeBron. Now, the reason why 2020 is significant is because, in my mind, and I can't attest to this, but to me, this is the last year of Kevin Durant in a Warriors uniform. Kevin wants one more championship. He got that with the Warriors. Actually, he has two now that he was involved with. So he did get what he wanted to get. So in that respect, you know, good for Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant wants to make a name for himself. He wants to be known as the greatest player that he is going to be. He's probably going to want to go somewhere where he is the marquee player. He isn't the marquee player in Oakland/Golden State. Actually, next year, San Francisco. Because he's playing with Steph Curry. He's playing with Thompson. He's playing with a bunch of other guys. So he's an afterthought. He was a great player that they needed to counteract LeBron once LeBron took that one title away from the Warriors that the Cavs shouldn't have gotten. You know, if Green doesn't do that stupidity in game 4, game 5, you know, Cavs don't come back and win that series. That's a couple years ago. Kevin Durant, last year, Kevin Durant in the Bay, in my mind. So Kevin Durant wants to make a name for himself as the great player that he is. So we'll see where he goes. A lot of people conjecture of the Knicks. We'll see. Definitely ain't going to LA. He doesn't want nothing to do with LeBron because he'll, again, be an afterthought. Why would you go play with LeBron when LeBron's making his team again? Remember, Anthony Davis will probably be there. Will Paul George? I don't know. I don't know what his contract status is with OKC. You guys could probably tell me that as well. But we'll see that upcoming. But again, NBA All-Star game going on right now. The skills, if you didn't know, the Nets, Joe Harris did the skill three-pointer over Steph Curry. The dunk competition, which has been pretty much an afterthought for many years now, Hamidou Diallo of OKC, he beat out Dennis Smith Jr., Miles Bridges, and John Collins. And in the all-around skills, you got Jason Tatum, the young kid from the Celtics, beat the other young kid, Trae Young, formerly of Oklahoma in college. They were both, I think they were the same draft class, or they were maybe a year apart, but Tatum over Trae Young. But as we saying, lots going on in the NBA. We'll see what goes on. I got some things to talk about, even some trades. Finally, or not quite yet, hockey. Granted, hey, happily my Flyers won today, 3-1 it was 2-1 with one empty net goal, 3-1 by my Flyers, who are pushing along to be, hopefully, maybe the last people that they can be in the playoffs. In fact, I got the standings right over here on my other computer. So you want to talk hockey? We'll talk hockey. We'll talk standings. We'll see what's going on there. Watching my Flyers beat the Wings. Good to see that. Will the Flyers make a run? We'll see. But we are talking. The captain is talking from Tampa. Tampa Bay, the Lightning are the #1 team in hockey. I got some Lightning things around here somewhere. I got my toque over there. I can go pull that. But when I'm not rooting for my Flyers, I am rooting for the Lightning. But the best team in hockey. But can the Lightning be the best team in hockey and actually win the Stanley Cup? We'll see. We'll see. Join us for that. They're running away with the Atlantic Division, 92 points already. And then, of course, we got spring training going on, just starting out here in Florida, also out in Arizona. You got the Grapefruit League, the Cactus League. People are ready for baseball, except the big question of why is Bryce Harper not signed? Why is Manny Machado not signed? Why is Mike Moustakas still out there? There'll be a trade for him. We'll see. Yeah, I'm a Phillies guy, so we'll see. The Phillies are linked to both Harper and Machado. They're not going to take them both, but right now it's gone back and forth as to who is going to be #1 in the Bryce Harper sweepstakes. We'll see if Philly is there. Philly needs the Phillies need an outfielder. I mean, they got some really good additions in the offseason, with Robinson coming over from the Yankees. They got McCutchen that came over from the Yankees as well, although McCutchen went from the Pirates to the Giants to the Yankees. Now he's with the Phillies. So they picked up Andrew McCutchen, which was good for the Phillies. But, they need some more power, and Bryce Harper would be that person. I mean, personally, I want to have Bryce Harper more than I want Machado, because Machado doesn't have the chops and the fact that, he doesn't play hard all the time. So baseball is upcoming. And, of course, we're talking football. When you talk football, it's where the Raiders going to play. What's going on with Tom Brady and the Patriots? Can anybody beat those damn Patriots? Well, we'll see. But anyway, that's the bottom line. It's time to make some calls. Hopefully, I got a message here. Oh, okay, somebody was replying here on my Facebook page. We'll see. I'm going to open up the lines. I'm going to have to make sure that next time that sign says what the number is. So the line is open, 813-699-0834. I'm going to have to write that backwards. 813-699-0834. Now that I know that YouTube is backwards, I got to figure out how to make it so that I can actually, you can see, there's got to be a way. But hey, we're learning. We're learning here. Line is open. Hopefully I'll get some calls because it's 9:20 and I plan to be on. But this is a sports show where the participants are you. You don't know jack about sports. I know a bit. But what can we talk about? Make sure you're calling up. Line is open, 813-699-0834. We had a good rundown of different things that we were going to talk about. Again, an amazing Daytona 500. Yeah, I admit it. It's I like to watch for the crashes. I watch the crashes. You know, if you're not on watching the crashes, you know, I mean, I know that there are people that love NASCAR, but you know, there's only so much you can see with the RTL circuit. RTL, rednecks turning left. Old joke of mine. Join me on the show, 813-699-0834. I think I'm going to probably have to go get some pens and write that so you can see it. It's unnerving that you can't see it. I'll figure out how to make sure that we have some people on there that can actually see the number. We're here for an hour, hopefully. We've talked a lot about what went on today, what's going on in sports. But we need to have some people call. I mean, you can listen to me go on and on about sports. But it's better when I get a chance to talk with you, because otherwise it's just an old dude with a beard who's seen a lot talking sports. But let's talk until we get a call. Hopefully you get a call. Number is there. I know it's backwards. I'll have to fix that. 813-699-0834. In fact, while we're waiting, I am going to go, if you guys don't mind real quick, while we're here, I'm going to post on my page, at least on Facebook, said, join me over at the show on YouTube. We got a call. Okay, so we do got a call. Make sure I get there. I should have a call. Yep. I hear you. Hang on there, Edward. I got you here. Stand by, Edward. Don't go away.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, I can't hear you. How you doing, brother? What's going on with you?
Good, buddy. I'm just enjoying the first couple minutes of your show here.
Well, I'm glad.
Are you able to read our comments to you or not?
Well, I didn't see any comments. I'm trying to see whether if I have okay, let's see here. Got live chat. I got it visible. Okay. Again, a learning experience for me.
Right.
Okay. Again, apologies. I've said that you were on. Matt Marinovich was on.
Matt was on, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And again, new learning experience for me, Ed. Thanks. I had the wrong thing on. It was, again, I'm learning from here as well. It was either top chat or live chat. So I have live chat, which is on. So we're good to go now. Tommy Beard is
good,
in.
buddy.
So yeah. I can read. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. So what do you got for me tonight there, Mr. Ed?
Let's see. Not much happened in Raiderville, but I really enjoyed the last 15 laps of NASCAR. And those drivers are out of their minds.
Yeah. I tell you, when it was watching, and it was, I can't remember what the guy's name was it Bruce? The guy that for two of the crashes just went right through the middle, didn't get nicked at all. It's amazing.
That was incredible.
It was, and you see the stock footage of what's going on, and you see the pileups, and just what's going on is amazing. That wow. It defies me, you know. I mean, because I got a lead foot, but there's no way in hell that I'm going to be doing something like that.
No way.
Now, do you watch NASCAR at all, Ed?
At the big races, you know, like Pocono and, you know, the bigger races. I really don't like restricted races because it limits how fast they can go.
Right, right.
So I'm a big, you know, non-restricted race guy.
Now, what if I was under the impression, and I was listening to Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Gordon and the other guy,
right?
I can't remember what his name is, but somebody was mentioning that this was the last of the restrictor plate racing from now on.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, and it was. Now, I might have not caught all of the different things on it. Tommy said he's bored with NASCAR, but you know, Tommy, again, and you know,
the first race, Tommy.
Yeah, but it was a good one, Tommy. Like I said, I didn't watch all of it, but I did. I was enjoying what I did. You know, watching the end of the Daytona 500. I mean, again, like I told you, it's kind of like watching basketball. I don't watch basketball until June because the rest of the season, it doesn't matter. You're going to watch the playoffs, the conference championships, and then obviously the finals. In hockey, I'm watching my Flyers, and then, of course, about the same thing. I'll watch the Lightning because I like the Lightning as long as they're not playing my Flyers. So there's always something to watch here in Tampa. But for NASCAR,
what's interesting about NASCAR is when there's nothing else on, it's fine. But when it comes to April or late March, you got baseball,
right?
You know, and that takes care of things. Then before you know it, you got the NBA
finals,
playoffs, through May and June,
right.
And then before you blink, it's football, and I would rather watch baseball and basketball finals and football than NASCAR. So while nothing's on, I enjoy it, you know.
Well, see, I'm a
contact sport guy.
Right. Well, then you don't watch hockey, Ed?
No. You got to remember, I'm from LA.
Well, I mean, LA did have a team called the Kings, and the Great One used to play for them.
I know. But it's like, you know, you grow up in a city that has football, baseball, basketball, track. There's one high school that I know of in LA, and I now live up in the Bay Area, that has a hockey ring on campus. You know, so what are the kids going to learn? It's now, I think, soccer is more important to kids than hockey.
Well,
nowadays.
It depends upon your region. I mean, to be honest, if you actually the Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School, actually down here in Florida, which is outside of Miami, they have a professional. They have a professional in the NHL, guy by the name of Gospeser, the guy who plays for the Flyers. He is an alum of Stoneham Douglas. So, and that's it in Florida. So, hockey is getting more of a positive shrift. And, you know, hopefully it'll go from there.
And when it comes to like golf, I'll watch the Masters or the FedEx, you know, Players Championship or whatever. But, you know, I'm a baseball, basketball, football guy.
Yeah.
Between you and me.
Yeah.
But I like all sports.
Right.
I can't watch the minutia of all the tournaments with everything else going on. So it's like a preference for me. But hey, I love this new YouTube spot you got, Kat. Congratulations.
Well, I'm glad that you joined in. If I hadn't seen that you were calling out, I probably would have been. I'm like talking to myself for about an hour, and you know I can't talk to myself for an hour, but I want to make sure that it's a lot more fun talking with my regulars here, and so I appreciate you calling aboard there, Ed. And so
I noticed I sent you a comment. Are you able to read comments? If you didn't respond, so I figured I'd call you to see if you need to do a little something to get it all right so it's all set.
Yeah, and I did, and I just had to click on the live chat. So again, I'm going to learn. Like I learned that I need to turn my sign to, I'm going to have to write backwards in order for you guys to know what the number is.
There. No, your numbers are fine. You just can't see the last two. And when I talk to you, I don't have you visible to talk with. But in the beginning, I had trouble looking for the last two, but I got you programmed in my phone contacts.
Okay, so but when you look at the screen, is it can you read it correctly?
Yeah, facing right. It's American writing, letters, word, letters. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Well, good,
It's
because I'm looking at it, and to me, it's all backwards.
No, it wasn't. Your viewers should be able to tell you that the phone number is fine.
Okay, well that makes that I'm happy to see that because
how's the room coming along behind you? Are you moving on that?
Well, this is the storeroom until I get the room. And I will do a YouTube video where I will show the room. I actually have Best Buy coming out on Thursday. They're going to run all of my lines for my Bose and the new 70-inch TV that I got, and they're putting up the drywall and the ceilings this week. So wow. It's coming along nicely, and unfortunately I had to sack out one of my retirement funds in order to get the money to pay for it, which is a bummer. But
really?
Yeah, I had to take one of my retirement funds and just cash it in order to pay for the construction, because as you know, a contractor took me for more.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
Yeah, so unfortunately that isn't going to come to fruition.
Yeah,
it sucks, but if there's anybody that is an accountant that can tell me how I can take the loss of being robbed for $25,000 and getting bilked out of the other $28,000 in a loss, please have them get in touch with me, because I'd be more than happy to have somebody figure it out, so that when I go to my accountant, I can say, hey, make sure that you do this, because the people that I normally go to for taxes, they'd gone to 2 years ago, I went to see them in their office, but last year it was basically throw us all your stuff and we'll do it for you, which is good. But I like to talk to people, because there are things that you can express face to face, even over the phone. And I didn't get a chance to do that. And I want to make sure that I do that this year with all of the crap that I have to deal with on my taxes for that. So Uncle Sammy, I'm not being remiss in what's going on. An asshole took $53,000, 25.8 was via theft. So we'll see how we can take that in a loss. So we'll get on that. But it's coming along, and when it gets done, the room will be done. I got a shit ton. I shouldn't say that. I'm trying to keep it down to a non-cursing environment, but there is a bunch of frames and pictures and other things that I'm going to put up around the room, and then there's obviously a bunch of other things. I'm going to have to get one of those curios that I can slide out the door, so I have a bunch of different other things. I have 2 football helmet curios, which I've already bought, which can display 5 helmets at a time, of the large variety. Wow. So there'll be a lot of good things. I'll have furniture for the room. There'll be a bar in the room for when I entertain. So it'll be a very nice environment for anybody that wants to come over and hang out with the captain.
Before you know it, you're going to have a late night show.
Late night with Captain Jack. Oh God,
late night with Captain Jack.
That's right. Well, hey, if it comes to fruition, then that'll be good to go.
Well, you can invite me on. I'd like to come on.
Well, anybody
I fly to Florida to come on.
I tell you what, if you guys want to come out and hang with the captain, I can't pay for everybody, but if you want to come on, if you want to come on, sure, I have no problem with that.
That's a great idea. When people can, or if they can afford to go there or whatever,
sure,
have them on as part of the show. It would be great.
Yeah. Well, like when I did the promo, like I said, Doug Gabriel was there, and I'm going to have Doug Gabriel's going to be on, not quite on this show, but there'll be the other podcast show where I do the interviews. That'll be one of those shows where I have with Doug, and that'll be on it'll be here on YouTube. I'll have that inputted on there. Do a show with you, Big. I'm trying to read that. Do a show with you, Big. I don't know what you're saying there, Tommy. We'll see that, but I'm figuring. Do a show.
I think it'd be a great idea.
With Big L and me. Well, Tommy, if you get down here, I'll be more. Big L's going to be joining me for shows, obviously during the season. So yeah, when we get able to do some things, I'm going to have some people in studio, especially when it gets done. I'm really stoked and happy about when it gets done. So we'll do that. But yeah. But I'm glad that you told me that you can read that, other than you can't read the last two. I'll try.
Yeah, the last two. Move it to the left a little bit.
Well, the problem is.
Or move whatever blocking it.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do this. Hang on. Yeah, you can see I actually am wearing pants. There you go.
Right.
Can you see it now?
All right.
Okay. Well, my plunket fell. Hang on here. Positive entertainment here on the show. You can watch. People can watch my butt and say, "What was he doing?" Well,
you got it. Are you going to enjoy coming to Oakland in 19th? See the Raiders play.
If the Raiders play, and what we'll do is we'll probably have a show where I want to show people. You and I going over to Sam's Club.
Right.
And can you see the number now?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have a show where people will see you and I going over to Sam's Club and me buying you a case of whatever. That'll be a video that we run on the show.
That'll be part of the show.
That'll be part of the show. But that's only if they go to Oakland.
Yeah.
Because the other thing will be you and I meeting at Sam's Club and you buying me a case of whatever, but I'm going to have to pick it up. I'm going to have to pick it up out here, so I'm not going to ship it out there.
No, I'll just give you $20 or something. You buy it in your area.
There you go. We'll do the ceremonial shipment.
Well, we'll do the ceremony there, but everything else, I'll give you the money and you can buy it. And show us where you bought it and enjoy popping some sodas.
There you go.
I tried to get Tommy Beer to go in a little something with me, but he says he doesn't drink soda. I said, well, do you drink water? Well, do water.
Well, you know what? What I might probably have you do is I like the Lipton peach teas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That might be my carnage there. We'll do like a case of the peach iced teas versus whatever you want, because it's a case of whatever.
Right, exactly. And if you're into peach tea, that's cool.
It's better. Looks like next season. Oh, Matt, thanks again, Matt. Thanks for coming back, Matt. I know it looks like it, Matt, that's supposed to be in Oakland. And by the way, Matt, I wasn't ignoring you. Ed Winchell called me to make sure that I knew that I put on the live chat. Hey, premiere show, you learn as you go. And I'm learning different things. So if it's in Oakland, so be it. Again, I'm not hating it.
Right.
I'm not hating it. But I actually think that it would be better for the Raiders if it's like a cut, it's like a wound, and it's easier just to rip it off, right? Rip it off quick and let it be gone than let the pain and the suffering linger,
Right.
And I think the Raiders just need to get the hell out of Oakland. That's just me.
Yeah, and ask any NFL player. It's like the pits as far as playing a game in the Coliseum.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I tell you what.
You know,
I'm gonna let you go. Ed, thank you for being my initial caller. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, Ed.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud that you be well and success in the world to you with your new show.
All right. Well, thanks again there, Ed. Good hearing from you, shipmate.
Take care, Captain. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Ed Winchell. And it tell you what, I'm going to make sure that people know over at the Captain Jack page. 1 second while I'm here. I'm going to do 1 second. Stand by here. I apologize. Okay. I'm posting this now over on my page. So, hey, at least on Facebook, people will know that we're here. So the number is 813-699-0834. Matt, in response to your question, I see the Raiders, actually, there's a couple different mocks that I see them getting Clelin Ferrell, who is a defensive end, Gary out of University of Michigan, who is a end tackle, depending upon where you play him, kind of like Richard Seymour used to be, where he was a defensive end, and then he would come in and play tackle on some of them, some different downs where they throw an extra defensive end out there. I think that they're going to be, I think that they're more apt to go with an end over a tackle. But again, Gary, if they go pick up Gary can play both. Farrell can do the same thing as well. He's a big end that can come in. So it depends upon the player. I don't think that they're going to get a tackle that is just a straight stock tackle. So that's just me, Matt. I don't think so. And Tommy agrees with me that, you know, we just need to get away. We just need to get away from Oakland. So we'll do that. Line is open. I'm going to share this. I'm going to put this over here. Did it not post? I thought it posted. Oh my goodness. Let me refresh over on the Captain Jack page. Yeah, I am monitoring. I do have my other computer up. But as I said, line is open, 813-699-0834. I see Tommy Beard is calling, so I'll answer that. Tommy, how you doing, shipmate? Good to hear from you.
All right, just sitting here watching some UFC.
UFC?
Yeah.
Okay, who you watching on UFC?
Well, right now it's Luco and Bernardo, or however it's pronounced. Some of these Brazilians, it's hard to tell.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. Yeah, what channel are you watching?
ESPN.
Ah, okay. Because I did not really want to watch the All-Star game. Again,
I never watched the All-Star game.
In honor of the All-Star game, I'm wearing a jersey, but, you know, I ain't watching. It's a bunch of there's no defense. There's no it's a joke. To me, the NBA All-Star game is the jokest other than the NFL Pro Bowl, which is should be stopped. The NFL Pro Bowl is a joke. It should be stopped. That's just the way I see it. I mean, it used to be that back in the 70s and all, that the Pro Bowl actually was a hard-fought game, but I guess it's the generational that the Pro Bowl nowadays ain't crap. And the NBA.
Well, look at what was it? 2000 and Jesus, I had that back now. 2005 when Sean Taylor laid out the punter. You'll never see that again.
No.
Never.
No. It's and you know, because Sean Taylor, and I'm giving you props here, being a Cane, Sean Taylor played football the way football was meant to be, which is why, if you ask me what I'm watching the Alliance of American Football, because these guys hit. These guys hit.
The only thing that I don't like is the piss poor quarterback play.
Well,
some of that is awful.
Well, I haven't really watched a lot of it. The quarterback right now is running for his life, and he threw it. If you just saw the last play, the guy was about ready to get sacked, and then he threw it like this in order to avoid, a large loss. But yeah, he figured. I guess everybody thinks they're Pat Mahomes now these days. But
today was more of a Canes day for me.
What was I mean, obviously Kane basketball?
I watched Canes. I watched at noon the baseball team played. Watched it. Then when it was over, I flipped it over to ESPN2 and watched the women's team upset number 2 Louisville. That's a big win because now the women are right now until tomorrow are a half the game up. We got first place in the ACC.
Well, congratulations on that.
And then I watched the men. That's just a piss poor. That's just embarrassing this year.
Okay. Well, congrats on that win. I saw that Villanova got upset today by in basketball. I can't remember who they got.
St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's.
St. John's beat them.
So, it's always it's a fun sports day when there's upsets and there's not just the norm going on. Again, I know you're not a NASCAR guy. I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I found the entertainment. I never
got into NASCAR. Now my dad's a NASCAR fan.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and I'll ask you. I'll sit there and I'll be like, how can you sit there and watch somebody driving a car make left-hand turns around in a circle?
Right.
I said, I'm sorry. That is so boring to me.
Well,
I don't know what's more boring, watching NASCAR, watching golf, or watching tennis.
Golf.
I tell you.
But see,
sit there and watch people make a left-hand turn around in a circle.
Well, here's the thing, Tommy. Like I said, everybody, there even people that don't watch football, they watch the Super Bowl, correct?
I guess.
Okay. NASCAR with the Daytona 500 being the Super Bowl of NASCAR series, they start with the biggest. I watch the end of the Daytona 500 each year. I don't watch it from the beginning because that's just a waste of a couple hours. But I will watch about the last half an hour of the Daytona 500 because that's all I need to see. Is I'll figure out when it's supposed to end. I'll look to see what's on TV. Normally nothing, and I'll watch the last half an hour of the Daytona 500 just because that's when all the entertainment happens. So watch it next year. Don't watch the whole thing, but catch the last half an hour of the Daytona 500, and you'll see some good stuff.
It depends on what happens because Dad's health is really going down.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom.
I had to. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it or not. He had to go out to the hospital last Sunday. Dad had something to do. He fell and just his back is deteriorating really badly. I took him to see a back specialist. And they said that if he doesn't stop doing stuff that he can't do, then he'll be in a wheelchair in a year.
Well, I hope that he takes the advice of the medical professionals that is what they are supposed to do is to keep things the way they should be, and hopefully good things will happen. And that he will take the advice of those people, and hopefully good things will happen for him, partner.
I mean, if everything goes the way I hope, I will be at the Miami, Florida game. I will fly in on Thursday into Orlando. I had a friend of mine that does a radio show with me, and I'm flying into Orlando from He lives like 45 minutes outside of Orlando.
Okay. Well, I actually
So,
I don't have tickets for that yet. So, but keep an
I
eye.
didn't have tickets yet because tickets right now, if you look on StubHub or anything like that, tickets are outrageous.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I've looked and everything. I keep watching StubHub, and they keep saying that just wait till about a month before the games. Right now, it's still a big game.
okay.
They said to wait about a month before, a couple of days before kickoff, and they'll start going down. Because right now, the cheapest ticket's $190.
Ooh.
That's on StubHub.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I'd go to that, but again, I'm pretty picky, and I want good seats. So keep an eye out, and because I'll go over there with you and I, and then we'll get a hold of Big L. I'm sure that he'll probably want to go, and maybe we'll have like a contingent go to that, because again, I already spoke with Cane Freak, and we'll see what's going on there. But I'm not holding my breath on going with Freddie.
I wouldn't hold your breath on Freddie.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath with Freddie. But
I'm not. He's a good dude, but I've heard stories and they have seen stuff, and I just leave it at that.
I got you, and that's why I said so. If you find good tickets for us, let me know, and we'll go to that game.
All right, I'm not looking for a while, because right now it's still being hyped.
Oh no, I mean, when you say that the tickets are supposed to go down, well, if things go down and things are good to go, then let me know.
I will.
Yeah,
I really book room for the Miami Pig game in Pittsburgh. That's already booked.
Okay.
That's booked and everything. I'm still thinking about what other games to go to. I may go to the Duke game. Depends on how the season goes and what the weather's going to be in November in North Carolina.
Yeah. So now, other than Miami, and you were talking about that today was a Miami day. Obviously, you're waiting for baseball season until your Sox come to action. And
right.
I am going to talk with Jerry D that the best thing is if he can get us maybe a weekend series where the Sox are playing in Yankee Stadium. Maybe we can go over and do that. That'd be something that we can all enjoy. And
I'm only a 4-hour drive from New York.
Yeah. So if he can get us tickets, it might have to be 4 tickets, because there's another Yankee fan that would love to go to the game, and they have never been to a Yankee game, and I know it would be a very good present for them if they saw especially a Yankee Red Sox game. So I'll let Jerry D know if he's gonna get us tickets. Hopefully we can get a +1.
I did see an article on Twitter from, what was it, Sports Illustrated? I think. I'll have to look it up and I'll send it to you. I know it's on Twitter. To where Bryce Harper has made a decision. And that they were 85% to 90% that it was going to be with the Phillies.
I'm happy to hear that.
If he signs with the Phillies, I don't care how much tickets are. The first series that they play in D.C., I'm going to be there. Because I am only an hour and 45 minutes from the stadium.
Okay.
I will make that drive to National Park to be there to see what the reaction is to them fans with him in D.C. For him leaving. Jumping ship, when they offered him a 10-year, what was it, $30 million? Even before the season was over, he turned down to go to Philadelphia, the division rival. Oh, I want to be there.
Well, you know what? I hate saying it, but I think that if that one becomes available, I know those tickets are going to be high price as well. I might have to fly up for that game too.
I want to be in that stand, and I'll wear neutral colors. I won't wear any red. I won't wear anything because I can just imagine what that's going to be like.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are going to be a lot of Phillies fans at that game.
It's not as much anymore as it used to be. I remember it used to be because I watched the Nationals, but it used to be more Philly fans in D.C. than there was. But then what was it? 4 or 5 years ago, they put on that promotion, and more national fans are actually buying their tickets more.
Well, as they should.
You get some Philly fans in there, but it's not like it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but I tell you what, talk to me about your Sox. I mean, obviously a lot of good things going on with the Sox. What have the Sox done from last year to this year that makes you believe that they're a better team?
Offensively, I think we're about the same. What worries me this year is the bullpen, because we don't really have a closer. We didn't re-sign Kimball. We're not re-signing Kimball. By all reports that I've read and everything, they're not doing it. They're saying he wants too much for his age, and they're not doing it. So the bullpen kind of worries me, because we're going to go pretty much by what everything I've heard. It's going to be by committee for the closer. And I don't like that idea. I can't remember who tried that one year and it blew up in their face. I believe it was the Nationals tried that one year. And it blew up in their face. And that's when they went out and they got the guy that they got now. Doolittle or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay. Is this before they picked up the guy that used to be on the Phillies closer?
I think that was after.
Okay.
The Nationals picked up that Papelbon, and then they let him go, and then in the following year, going into that season, the Nationals went in as just closed by committee.
Okay.
I just don't. I've seen this happen before, and that scares me.
Well, I tell you what, when the season starts kicking off, and we'll have like a baseball show where I'm going to have you come on, and you're going to go and give a rundown. When it's a little bit more closer to the season actually starting, where all of the scrubs get thrown off of the roster. When the rosters are a little bit more solidified, I think we're going to talk. We'll talk Red Sox. So we'll hopefully have Jerry D on. We'll talk Yankees. I'll talk Rays since I'm here, and I'll talk Phillies as well. But we'll have.
I'm going to tell you right now, that Rays could make me better than what people think this year.
Oh, the Rays? The Rays are going to be a very good team this year.
I think for the AL East, I think it's going to be another. You're going to have at least 95 or more wins to win that division.
Yeah, yeah. And remember,
the
Rays won 90 last year and didn't make the playoffs. And I tell you, they're just going to become a better team. And they picked up a lot of good players. And now, granted, they got rid of some. But I think that they're all they need right now. I think the Rays need another bat. They need a little bit more a power hitter that's going to produce a little bit more for the RBI totals, for the slugging, because they kind of got rid of all the guys that they had last year that were doing that, and they're going to need somebody to step into that role. And until they do, it's still going to be a bunch of guys hitting, National League ball, march them around, with steals and singles and maybe a double or two. They need a little bit more power production. And if they get that, they're going to be a good force to be reckoned with in the American League East.
I mean, Machado's still out there, and he is a Florida guy, even though it's Miami, even though he's from Miami.
Right.
I mean,
but the Rays are not in the sweepstakes. They will not spend money on a big time free agent that costs that much. They don't do it. They won't do it. And it's because that they don't have the money assets to put them here when the park does not have a big bunch of people coming in to watch the product. They're not going to do it.
No, I mean, I've watched Red Sox play in that stadium, and there's more Red Sox in that ballpark than there are Tampa fans.
There are, and normally the Rays win the series, but that's beside the point. The Red Sox fans outnumber Rays fans here when there's a series. The Yankee fans outnumber Rays fans here. And in certain times of the year, the Blue Jay fans outnumber the Rays fans here because they have that large influx of Canadians that are down here for, especially in the beginning, the snowbirds that are still here, there'll be more Blue Jays fans than Rays fans. And it's embarrassing, but the Rays have a really good team. They got a decent product, but they can't even win when it comes to fans being here. And actually the Rays have stated two things. They've closed off the upper decks, kind of like the Raiders have that upper deck in Mount Davis is closed off. The Tampa Bay has closed off the upper deck of the Trop, bringing all of their fans down. And they didn't raise ticket prices, which is one good thing. And we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more of a better environment, more conducive to a better product of fans coming out there. Because the Rays have a good team.
What's going on with that stadium? I know last year they were talking about a new stadium. And what was it? Actually in Tampa, not in St. Pete.
Right. They those talks have fallen through. They had a 2-year exploratory conjecture on that. Nothing was finalized by the time that they were supposed to do that, so that those talks have been taken off the table. It was supposed to be in Ybor City, and it was supposed to be a nice park, but it cost too much. And the people that were the ownership were saying that they weren't going to pay as much as what they were supposed to for that park. So the talks were taken off the table, and now it's back to square one, that they're in the Trop, and they're going to be in the Trop for the foreseeable future. And if people still don't come out for the Rays when that lease is up or before, if that team decides to become God forbid, the Las Vegas Rays.
I was just getting ready to ask you that, because I see what are the chances they get moved out to Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is getting a WNBA team.
Right. And all they need is a baseball team, because basketball, they already got basketball in the fact that in the off season, basketball goes through Vegas. So they really don't need basketball per se, because they have a basketball presence in the off season.
I mean, they've got minor league there.
Right.
Besides, there's AAA teams out there somewhere.
Yeah. But, they need a baseball team, and, they're going to take a look at these teams that are not producing as far as for fan production. The Marlins were one.
Marlins.
Right. The Rays were one. There was conjecture of possibly, I want to say Texas Rangers might have been one of the teams bantied about. It might have been Arizona in the Diamondbacks, but there was another one or two teams whose fan production was of such that they were a possibility for a move. We'll see.
I know Baltimore fan base is bad, but that's because the team's awful. But if they turn that team around and starts producing, they'll start winning. Those fans in Baltimore will show up and start playing. They'll show up.
Yeah, but Baltimore fans are pretty much they're stalwarts. They're fans of the Orioles and are going to be there through thick and thin. I don't think that they would be a viable team for a move to Vegas. I mean, when they were the St. Louis Browns and they moved to Baltimore, it was because, you know, they were up against the Cardinals, and it was a one team town. You were a Cardinal fan, so you weren't a Browns fan. So that's why they ended up moving over to Baltimore. So I don't think that Baltimore would be up for one of those teams to move, but, you know, who knows? We'll see what happens.
That's a nice ballpark. I've actually been there.
Camden Yards is wonderful.
That was one of the first new ballparks, and then that everybody started that kind of model after.
Right. Yeah, because
the PNC and Pittsburgh kind of modeled their ballpark after that.
Right, and also the Citizens Bank Park in Philly is just like that too.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got for me tonight, there, Tommy?
Nothing much. Just pretty much right off season stuff. Pretty much. I will say, since we talk Raiders, I do want the Fairley kid out of Clemson first pick.
You want Clelin Ferrell?
Yeah. I've been saying that. You can even ask Raider Neal. He'll tell you. I'd want him bad. Because I think if you could put him on one end, Key on the other, then you got to pass the Hurst and Call rushing up the middle. That's a duo of pass rushing.
Yeah, I mean that would be a strong front because excuse me, especially with the amount of good things that we've gotten out of Hurst, and PJ Hall is only going to get better. You know, will Ellis be there? We'll see. Will Vanderdoes be like somebody to throw in the mix? We'll see. But yeah, I definitely think, and just like Matt was saying, Matt, don't believe those people about a defensive tackle. The Raiders are not going to, in my estimation, the Raiders are not going to be taking a defensive tackle with the #1 pick. Okay,
we don't need a defensive tackle. We're fine in that possession.
Tommy, I
did see reports. I don't know if it was just people throwing it out there. I've seen reports where we're trading one of the first rounds to Jacksonville for Ramsey.
It depends on which first rounder it is.
I mean, I've seen where Jacksonville said no, they wanted to re-sign him because I guess Ramsey after next year is a free agent.
Yeah. Now, Ramsey is worth a first-round pick, but I think he's worth a 24 or a 27, not a number 4.
Oh, I actually think, and you're going to hate me when I say this, I don't want it to happen, but I could actually see it happening. The 24th or 27th pick, we trade to Pittsburgh for Brown. And I have seen where Derek Carr has came out and said it'd be nice to have the ball thrown to throw it to Brown and get Cook out there and Jordy, and he said he thinks the offense can get a running game. The offense would be unstoppable.
Well, the point is that Cook's not going to be there. Cook is not going to be re-signed. I'm pretty much telling you that. I know that Bear and I are thinking the same on that. I have a source. Bear has a source.
I really want Cook signed. Now, I have seen where he said he wants to test the free agent market.
Well, I don't care what Cook says. I've heard from my source that John Gruden wants no part of Cook based upon his attitude in practice, in the fact that he is no other way to say it, a prima donna asshole that doesn't do anything leadership-wise for the team. It's his practicing And the way he comes off.
I never was a practice guy.
Whoa. Wait a second.
I was never a
Tommy,
practice guy, but I'll
Tommy,
tell you this much.
Tommy,
on the hardwood floor
Tommy,
on a game day,
Tommy,
I will produce.
Tommy, if you are not a part of the solution, you are a part of the problem. And there are guys that Gruden wants in that locker room. If you're not going to be a viable member that is a teammate, that's somebody that does more than just what things on the field, you got to be a viable member of the locker room, and Cook is not a leader. And that is the reason why I've been told in no uncertain terms that Jared Cook will not be re-signed.
I'm sorry, it's a mistake.
Well, you know what?
He put up 100-some yards a game.
I got you. He is our best product, but you know what? He's also on the wrong side of 30 or on the very high 20s, and we're going to go with youth that you can build around. And if Waller is the option, if Fant or the other kid out of Iowa is an option, you know, they're going to be building on that, okay? So if he wants too much money, that's another reason. There's going to be a price that's in the mind of Gruden, because Gruden is calling the shot, which is unfortunate, and I will say that is a mistake. Gruden being the de facto GM as far as money, and that's a mistake.
And what the hell's if he's the one acting like the GM, then what the fuck's Mike Mayock doing there?
Personnel guy as far as drafting and getting the right people in there. He is not a numbers guy as far as guys that are doing contracts. That is what a couple people were brought in for. A.J. Smith, I've been told, is in the front office to do such things, to be a general manager in the source of the guy that does contracts and things along those lines. I've heard that A.J. Smith, that's what he is doing. I haven't had any secondary thoughts that has confirmed that. But if A.J. Smith is there, then that is a good thing for the Raiders, because he is a general manager in actuality. By the way, did you hear that the Dolphins were hiring Reggie McKenzie?
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, I've seen an article where he was being looked at or signed. I didn't open it because my daughter needed me, and then I completely forgot when I came back.
Yeah, but according to BSPN, the Dolphins are signing Reggie McKenzie. We'll see.
I've seen where someone posted it in one of the Raider groups that McKenzie was being signed, but I didn't open it up and read it or anything.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Tommy, it's always fun talking to you. I'm going to try to hopefully get another person in here. I don't know if we got anybody here, but we'll find out if somebody else is out there.
All right.
All right. Good talking with you, Tommy. You take care and continue to call in, brother.
You too. No problem, Cap. I will.
All right. Always good talking to my boy, Tommy Beard, which means that the line is open. I don't know if we have any other callers out there. I know that we had Ed. I know that we had Matt, and we had Tommy. I don't know if anybody else is there. If that is Ruben, is that Ruben? Yeah, CRF 16. I think that's Ruben. We had Ruben out there earlier, so I'm not sure if he's still there. But we had at least a couple of viewers, which was cool. Good. And we did have Matt that was commenting, so I know that Matt was here, at least following along. Matt, getting back to your spots, I apologize. I had not the fan on up above, but the fan on below. I always get the whatever the crap is that's in the air, kind of like pollen or stuff like that. Is it not, I'm watching the football on both the computer and on my other on TV, and there seems to be a bit of was it like a delay, or they're not sync. The TV has San Diego winning 15-12, while on the computer looks like San Diego's going for 2. So we'll see when they do. We'll see what happens here. I'll tell you which one is behind. I think the computer is behind, but I don't know. Anyway, AAF. What was I talking about? Oh, we were talking about Clellan Williams from Alabama, or Quinnen Williams from Alabama. Yeah, you know, if that happens, if he's best player available at number 4, particularly want Quinnen Williams, I'd rather have somebody else. But unfortunately, the Raiders have not called me up to say, hey, Captain Jack, who do you want? I tell you what, if Quinnen Williams is on the board at 4, I'd be looking around to see if somebody wants to trade up for that pick, because somebody wants him. We'll see. But that's just me. Let's see if I can figure out which. No, they don't show it here either. I can't figure out which one is behind. It's probably my computer. Yeah. Well, let me see here. It's first and it's 8-6-13. Oh no, you have a little bit behind over here. Just trying to figure out. Anyway, if you're out there, we've had Ed call, we've had Tommy call. Hopefully we'll have some other callers call in. And Matt, thanks for being there. And Tommy says he definitely doesn't want Quinnen Williams. But wow, who's this kid? Kind of like the June bug that was in the movie MASH, man. The kid was just fast. Let's see what his name is. Looks small. Wow. What kind of looks like a 5th grader amongst a bunch of high schoolers. Very fast, low to the ground, and just very small size. No, that's not him. That's another kid by the name of Mama. Got a player by the name of Mama. Mama's playing offense for him. Yeah. Who you got, your mama? Anyway, hopefully got some more callers, but I just wanted to go around. If we gotta be Ruben, CRF 16. Hopefully Ruben will be up there and call back in. Yeah, I'd like to have a call. The line is open, 813-699-0834. Pollen is getting in my eye or something. Just I'm trying to avoid it. That looks like Mike Martz. Is that Mike Martz? Wow. Mike Martz, it appears, is the coach of San Diego. It looks like Mike Martz. I don't know if that is. I have the sound down, but it looked like Mike Martz. So you got some very good quality coaches here in the lines of American football. Tommy was talking about the fact that they don't have really good quarterback play, but I'd have to watch a little more. I haven't really seen fantastic quarterback play. But then again, there are quarterbacks in the NFL that suck. And no insert card joke here. Yes, he is. That's it. Thanks, Tommy. So again, I didn't see the postscript. I just looked at it and said, that's Mike Martz. So it means, hey, at least I know my my recognition. He's gotten a little bit fatter, put on some weight, but haven't we all? So the line's open if we have anybody out there. And so the Legends, who's from Atlanta, they were winning, but San Diego's winning now. And again, San Diego is a team that I believe their players are, I want to say, benefactors or byproducts for both the Chargers and the Raiders, from what I understand. Nice draw, nice delay. Oh, that's a touchdown. Great hole. Great hole. There's that really small kid again. Don't know what number 32. Yeah, I know. And yeah, Spurrier, I tell you, and I'm definitely an Orlando fan in that respect. They were playing today. I heard that they were playing. They just whooped up on. I think it was Atlanta I think it was Atlanta. They played Atlanta last week, and he was whooped up on them. So Atlanta is out playing San Diego. I don't know if what was I going to say? I'm going to try to go to an Orlando game pretty soon as well. So we'll see that. But yes, gotta like Spurrier, especially being the old ball coach. Gotta love that. They went for 2, and they were that guys down. So it's 21-12. San Diego's winning. There's 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. So they're up by 9. So I guess that's almost a win. But I'm excited. Like I said, baseball. This is a good time of year. The fact you got the AAF playing, you can actually watch some football, and to see football when you got baseball coming on. Again, basketball I can give a rat's ass about until it's like June. I don't watch basketball. Oh, you got to go for 2, so there is no kickers. Oh, okay. Well, that's one good thing, I guess. I mean, that's I'm not up on the rules, so I guess I don't know jack about the AAF, but I will once I look at the rules. God, that quarterback looks familiar. He looks real familiar. I'll see if I can get his name. He looked real familiar, the Atlanta quarterback. I'll have to get a roster. God, he looked. Yeah, that's what I thought so. It's a Sims. Of course. I thought it was Chris Sims. I said, my God, that looks like Chris Sims. Anyway. I guess he's not doing the. Is he trying to get back to the NFL? I don't know why. Anyway, we're almost at the 90-minute mark here. I figure what we'll do here is I'll hang out until the end of the Alliance of American Football game, which it's going to be in like 2 minutes or so. We'll see if they actually, if it's a real 2 minutes. Atlanta is, why are they punting? You're down by 9. There's no reason to punt. It's 4th down. And that coach looks familiar too. I know I've seen him. I know I've seen that, coach. Come on, flip the screen. Flip the screen. There you go. Yeah, there's no reason for you to punt. There you go. You don't punt. You're down by 9. Glad that they figured that one out. So Atlanta's going for it on 4th and 13. We'll see what happens here. And boy, there is no blocking. It's not that there's horrific quarterback play necessarily, Tommy, is the fact that there is some really crappy offensive lines. I mean, the reason why I see the quarterback just getting mugged. So, I mean, that's there's got to be a reason for that. But I like that. Yeah. Anyway, looks like the fleet is in. That's cool. You know, I like that Navy product, you know, the fleet. Looks like they're the fleet's going to win. 2:26 to play in the fourth quarter. They got the ball on the Atlanta. Looks like the 15? Yeah, 15-yard line. Are they gonna? Oh, okay. Hole for a second got closed up rather quickly. I mean, these offensive linemen are horrendous, and I'm an O lineman, so I know that there's some issue there. But hopefully we'll get some more people to join us on our next show. We're almost up at the. I'm probably going to cut it right at the 90-minute mark. Make it nice and even. But it's enjoyable to be back here doing the shows. Hopefully, we'll get some more folks to come join us. The format is here. Remember that I'll have more people on. Excuse me. When I do some podcasting, it'll be on this YouTube channel. Get some more people to come on over. I got some folks lined up. Then we'll get some interviews with, and it'll be good. It'll be good to have everybody there. But oh, there it is. I was like, man, how do I end this stream? But I'm happy that we'll work through this one, and we'll go from there. And make sure you let folks know to join me, because you don't know crap. You don't know nothing, but you definitely don't know jack about sports until you're talking with Captain Jack here. It's always enjoyable for me to get a chance to hang out with you. Matt, love your comments. Hopefully you'll call in sometime. So I don't think I've heard from you yet, but hopefully we'll have Matt join us sometime as well, so I know he does his comments. As for me, it's always good hearing from Tommy Beard. It's always good hearing from Ed Winchell. And hopefully we'll have our cast of characters from the show join us at a later time. But until then, we'll see you next Sunday, same time. And I'll make sure I push this to all my sports friends. And hopefully we'll have some people come join us that'll talk their football and basketball and hockey as well. But until then, have a good week. We'll catch you next week on You Don't Know Jack About Sports.